All the way live from deepest, darkest eastern Kentucky. In particular, Prestonsburg. It's the mWo podcast on Patriot. Hosted by the creepy Kentuckian and Uncle Bill. Take it away, bulls.
Howdy, everybody, and welcome. It is May the 24th, 2023, which makes it Mikey Felsher's birthday. But it's not just any birthday, is it, Uncle Bill?
No, he's 60 years old.
No, I'm not 60, you
Halfway
fucking
to
asshole.
120. Damn.
God, we never thought we'd see the day.
No, I'm 50. I'm turning 50 in
now.
a little less than 2 hours. Officially, I'll be 50. I think in Australia or Japan, I'm already 51 somehow, but I don't,
Yeah, who can understand that? 51 and a half if you're in Newfoundland.
or something like that. I don't know.
I don't know how that works, but we're
He's
kind of
bringing-
doing 50 years of Felsher. This is the mWo special. Because, man,
He's bringing a half a century worth of DVD entertainment.
I wasn't working on it for 50 years.
Yeah, you got 50 years experience with it, Phil.
That's right. I was born in 73 going, I'm going to do DVD extras.
You had like a slipcase with you when you came out.
Yeah, hello, mommy, I'm going to do DVD extras. What the fuck is DVD?
DVD?
It's the thing that comes after VHS. What the fuck is VHS?
when did you first hear about DVD, though? Do you remember? Because I remember vividly. Like, that was a very important part of my life, actually, at a young age.
Well, I was working at a video distributor, Major Video Concepts, that would ship out tapes to all the videos, mostly the mom and pops in Charlotte and the surrounding area. And so, I would get all the video industry magazines and everything. So I was aware of DVD very early on. And we actually, before that branch closed in April of 97, we actually carried some of that first wave of DVDs that Warner Brothers brought out. I don't know how many there were, like 20 titles or whatever it was. And we carried a few of them. And so I was very aware of that. And then the whole DivX thing that happened where there was going to be that rental for that stupid
It
format.
expired after like...
a week or 24 hours or I forget what the deal was. But Circuit City was into that. They were doing... Because I remember seeing a couple on the shelves and going, this is bullshit. DVD was kind of the thing I remember the most about DVD's launch was once it went wide and everybody jumped on board, a lot of the stores in my area, even some of the record stores in the malls, were carrying Laserdiscs because Laserdiscs had really started to grow and become a collector's thing finally because of the widescreen presentations and the extras and things like that. As soon as DVD, I swear to God, Laserdisc was dragged out in the street and shot.
I remember.
They discounted everything. They got them off. They couldn't get rid of Laserdiscs fast enough. I remember everything was full price in like one Blockbuster Music at South Park Mall. Even the box sets from Criterion were like $130 or whatever. The next day, everything was marked down to $9.99. Everything.
I can remember the site. I think it was Laser Blazer or something like that. And I got into Laserdisc because DVDs were already out because it was so cheap to get them.
Oh yeah, they were throwing them. They were basically throwing them at people on the streets. They're taking fucking Laserdisc, just people. I've never seen a format literally become executed overnight.
Seriously, like 25 cents,
Yeah,
$1,
they were, no.
$2.
That's how you got rid of loiterers. They threw Laserdiscs.
Yeah, because the stores didn't like carrying them anyway because they were expensive, they were bulky, they were heavy, they took up a lot of shelf space. So the minute DVD showed up, like, get these fucking Laserdiscs out of here. And so that was, the end of that. So it took a while for VHS to die off. It took several more years, but now Laserdiscs.
Oh, VHS is still running wild here in Eastern Kentucky.
It
really is.
It was only a couple years ago. I swear to God, they were carrying VHS in a Magic Mart up here.
Okay.
They also carry cassette tapes too, so that's not saying a whole lot about our area.
Yeah, but I mean, if it makes you feel any better, Felcher, you're still younger than Steve.
That's true.
So Steve turned 50 like probably 5 or 6 years ago. I can't remember. He's old though. He's older than
that
you.
really does nothing for me at all. That doesn't.
Well, at least you know.
What
I
do
don't
you
know.
do it? What do you do at 50? Okay, so like, here's my question. No, like 40 is like the milestone where you're like middle age, right? And then 60 is like you're getting ready to retire. What the fuck is 50 though? Like, what do you do at 50?
As it turns out, very little of anything. Because that's the thing. I was just talking about this with my mother this afternoon. It's like, what's the big deal with 50 other than it's a 10-year marker? You know, really. It's like, it's the big 50. Now what changes? Nothing, really.
So I'm thinking,
you know, it's just kind of like, all right, so I don't have a 4 in front of my age anymore. You know, big fucking deal. It really, it's every time I keep trying to get like worked up about it, like, oh my god, I'm turning 50. I keep going, so what? You know, it's just kind of like, all right, that's just another. But it is weird to actually finally. It's just weird. It's like, how old are you now? I am 50.
You know, it just reminded me though, because I can remember when my dad turned 50.
Mm-hmm.
We rented a boxing pay-per-view, not just any boxing pay-per-view. It was the one where Mike Tyson bit Evander Holyfield's ear off.
I remember that. I remember that very, very well because people were, oh, he bit him. What the fuck? And people are like, oh,
crazy as shit.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, this is we kind of wanted to do something special, you know, it's a milestone. It really is 50 years. That's a long time to be breathing, Felcher. I'm not gonna.
Jesus Christ!
I love the way he puts stuff.
Yeah. It's a long time to be breathing, motherfucker.
And everybody in here
yet.
wishing you happy birthday. And Alpha Romero, he's the dude that had the Eugene Clark CD.
Yeah.
And he's going to send you a copy for your birthday.
Actually, I have one. Eugene gave me one when I saw him a few years ago. So actually, I appreciate it. But I do have one of Eugene's CDs. Actually,
did you ever get one of these?
If you don't have that, then you ain't worth a damn.
Because you're in it.
Oh, I've got it. It's up on the shelf. I can see it right from where I'm sitting. Okay. It's right between my Anchor Bay copy of The Hills Have Eyes and the Debbie Does Dallas reissue, which I don't know why it's there, but that's where it is.
That somehow makes sense.
Are you going to pick up Debbie Does Demons? Did you hear about that?
No.
That's a new one from our buddies at Vinegar Syndrome.
I saw. I'm not quite as interested in that as you might think, but
I just love the name.
Well, no, it's a good name, and I'm sure that, I have no idea what the movie's like, but it's not.
Well, she does demons in it, evidently.
As the title would tend to suggest.
Yep.
So, I was just going back on the Patreon page and looking. The very first time, and this makes me feel very old because I think this is like 16, 17 years ago was the first time that we have your name, is calling in on the show and everything.
2007, how? When?
2007. How many years ago was that? 16 years?
Yeah, 16 years ago.
So you're like 34 then, right? Jeez.
Can we not do all this math? I really don't.
Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Listen to this. This is how fucked up this is. The first time Felsher called in, he was 10 years younger, basically, than we are now. If that
pretty much, pretty close.
This is the most goddamn depressing show I've ever been on in my life.
Happy birthday, motherfucker!
Yeah.
Everybody's wishing you happy birthday. I do have a happy birthday video because one thing that we for sure know about Felcher is his love for pussy. Right, that has never changed. So here's your special happy 50th birthday video.
Yeah.
It's your 50th birthday! Happy birthday! It's your 50th birthday! Happy birthday!
Cupcakes! Dreamers! Piñata! Balloons!
It's your 50th birthday! Happy birthday!
All right. Hell yeah.
I'm gonna have a stroke.
It's your 50th birthday.
What the hell was that?
Gotta love it.
God.
Gotta love it. Alpha Romero says to sign up for AARP. Ryan says, I hope you get that cowboy toy for your birthday, buddy. I don't know what that means.
What happened?
Does it feel like you took a toke or two off something?
Did you have a seizure? Because I think I did. Wow.
What? Thank you for that.
No problem. No problem at all. Definitely wanted to do something special because, 50 years old.
Please stop saying it like that, will you? You keep saying 50. Can't believe you're that old. 50. Jesus Christ. What the fuck, buddy? Are you 50?
50
years old.
Yes,
again.
Yes, I am. I am 50.
You know, I'm coming up to Michigan here in a couple of months, by the way.
You are? Why?
Yeah. Rob's birthday. I got birthday on the brain. His wedding, Scotra, is having God damn it. It's some lake up there. I can't remember the name of it.
We have a few.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's towards the end of July. I'm going to be up there. So
you should swing through here.
Oh, well, maybe you can take me out for a steak dinner or something.
Actually, yes, I could. There's a really good place we could go.
Okay, cool.
Meet up with Don May there. He would love to go to it's a Brazilian steakhouse. It's fucking awesome.
I think that Uncle Bill, you went to that, didn't you? With when you was up there many years ago.
That's been 15 or 16 years ago, back when Felsher was 34.
Shut up! Will you shut the fuck up about how old I once was? God damn it! Well, why did I come on here tonight? I don't understand this. I could have been sitting at home, just quietly contemplating my life, having a nice quiet night, and I come on here and all you guys are doing is math. Stop doing math!
Oh, we were trying to do something nice for you.
Hold on just a second.
Is that Robert Englund calling?
Yeah.
It's the Grim
Reaper. I'm on a podcast on DEADPIT.com right now, and all they're doing is math about my fucking age. I don't want to talk to you right now. I'll talk to you soon. Yeah.
Damn. But anyway, we're going to go back in time because we have a video from when you were very young. I think you're about 12 years old in this. And I don't know what this is from. I think it's from the Anchor Bay documentary that was.
Oh, I know what you're. Yeah, the Dawn of the Dead clip. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you're what, 12, 13 years old?
Just play the fucking clip.
The fandom behind Dawn of the Dead. It's amazing. I mean, people come from all around the world to visit the shopping mall.
We had a special trip from Charlotte, North Carolina, just to get to this mall. Came all the way from Germany, and this is...
That's actually a small part of that was originally featured on the Elite Laserdisc box set.
What year was that?
I want to say it was 94, 95, maybe 96, somewhere in there. I can't remember. It was in the mid-90s. I went, and I don't even know how I found out about this. I must have been on a mailing list through Elite Entertainment or something, because this, back in the prehistoric days of the internet, there wasn't like any social media. But I got word about a signing that George was going to do at the Monroeville Mall, and I'd never met George before. I'd come close on a couple of times, but I'd never met him. And so I'm just like, fuck it. So I took off work, and I drove up to Pittsburgh. I had been to the mall before at this point, but so at least I knew where it was. And I went there, and I met George. I actually have a picture of us together him sitting at the table posing, and I'm just like, happiest motherfucker ever. But what was weird about and then apparently, and I didn't remember this, I talked to one of the guys from Elite Entertainment he was taping fans for fan testimonials. And then I think that's what it's called on the Laserdisc. And I found out later that I was on the disc. Oh shit, I'm on the disc. But what was really strange is I never met Don May was there. Jay Douglas, who was the VP of Acquisitions for Anchor Bay Entertainment, was there, who would later hire me to work for Anchor Bay. Mark Walkow, who was later became a friend, journalist and filmmaker from New York. There was like 4 or 5 people there who would later become either friends or bosses or people I worked with or have known for years, and I never met them that day. I didn't meet any of those people that day. It was only later on I was like, "You were there too? You were there too?" So it was very, very odd. But that was the first time I ever met George.
Well, that wasn't really a convention, was it? That
No.
was just a signing that he did.
No, it's just a little signing event they did, I think, to film for the Laserdisc, or Anchor Bay had just come out with their 2-tape set of the director's cut, because I got that signed there by George. And I think they were promoting that, because I remember I went up to Suncoast and they had a whole bunch of them there. But yeah, that was the first time that I met George, and it got immortalized. Perry Martin, who did the documentary on the Dawn of the Dead DVD for Anchor Bay, he found out about that and included it in the documentary, because it was like as a little bit of a, hey, Felsher, guess what? This will never die now. How old would I have been? I would have been 23, 24.
Jesus.
Maybe, I think, when that was done. I can't remember exactly what year it was. It probably was 90. Well, whenever that box set came out, it was the same year, I think, that the box set, or the year after the box set came out. So
probably like 93, 94 or something like that.
So, I don't think it was 93, because I think that's too soon. I think it was 96. Actually, now that you've got me wondering when the hell that damn box set came out. But I seem to remember it was, because 93 was when Night of the Living Dead came out. And Dawn was quite a bit after.
Aside from what would it have been, Criterion, was Elite like one of the very first like boutique labels?
Elite Entertainment was, from what I can remember, was the first Laserdisc label to treat horror films like Criterion was treating their films. That's really where it all began for genre films, was with that disc of Night of the Living Dead. They were the ones doing, no one else, Criterion was doing, big films, like important films, Citizen Kane, stuff like that. But, Night of the Living Dead, and then they did Nightmare on Elm Street and Texas Chainsaw. I mean, so Elite was the first one. They were the first ones to do that.
Do you know like what timeline like Jay Douglas moved to Anchor Bay? Because Anchor Bay, when it comes to the DVDs, they did those very, very early on.
Yeah, Jay was part of Anchor Bay and the Handelman Company, was the parent company of Anchor Bay. Jay was ensconced over there from the mid-90s. And so he was there. He was the creative force that drove the Anchor Bay label. He was the one who wanted to focus on the cult movies and the horror movies, and it was his creative direction that really fueled. That's why I was there, because I responded so well to what they were doing, and he was the guy making all the choices and all the decisions. He did a handshake deal with Sam Raimi to bring the Evil Dead out, back in the day, and he was the one. And then he would get, the Laserdisc rights would be with Elite, but then he would grab the VHS rights and release all those. Because that's why so many of the Elite releases, the VHSs got redone by Anchor Bay. And then Bill Lustig got involved in that back in the day, and then I started doing the website as a fan, and then I got hired up there, and it's just a whole weird.
Hey, if you eBay Evil Dead VHS, 90% of those are Anchor Bay.
Well, yeah, because we did like 50 of them, I think.
They were pretty much impossible to find before Anchor Bay.
They were. Well, yeah, because it was out of print for a long time, except for this one kind of bootleg edition that got out there. But yeah, a lot of those movies, like Near Dark, had been out of print for well over a decade. And it took us almost a year and a half to get the rights sorted out so we could bring that back out again.
It's been out of print now for what? Over a decade.
Seems like it's been a while, yeah.
They did a Blu-ray, like, probably, it's been at least 10 years
Yeah, that
ago.
Twilight edition, Yeah. But, yeah, that was Anchor Bay time. It's hard to believe all that shit's 20 years ago, like the Book of the Dead. We did that 21 years ago. I can't believe that shit.
That's insane, and they're still in pretty good condition, the ones I've got. I mean, oddly enough.
A couple of mine are, like my original one, the spine is starting to crack a little bit. But I have a sealed one that I got, It's in the closet that's still sealed, so it's still in good shape.
I've got one of the Via Vision ones that they did of Army of Darkness, and that is like dry as a chip. So I'm afraid to even touch it because it'll just fall completely apart.
Yes, the Laserdisc box set was in 1996, so it would have been sometime either in 96 or 95 that footage you saw. So that would have been 22, 23, yeah.
I would love to go in that mall like from 1996 now, because malls now are way different.
Well, when I first went there was 94, and a lot of it was still very similar. The light fixtures, the railings, the bank was still there. It wasn't the same bank, but the bank was still there. The fountains, the little bridge. I mean, a lot of it was still very, very much like Dawn of the Dead, and little by little it's changed over the years, which you can't really fault them all for updating with the times. I mean,
I'm amazed that mall still exists. Just any kind of mall exists at this point.
Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know if another 10 years it'll still be going on, because malls are just not doing very well anymore. But it's weird to see the mall finally embrace Dawn of the Dead, because I think they realize, this is getting people in the door? Yeah, Dawn of the Dead. Shit, fuck, yeah, of course. There used to be a point where they were just like, they shot a movie here, but but now it's...
I want to say it was 2015 or 16 when I went up there, and it looked completely different by that point. Mm-hmm. Like, really, the only thing you could tell, like when you first walked in, there was a little plaque to the right, that like talked about it, and then like the it's not the staircase. That's not what I'm trying to say, but the freaking the
escalators.
Middle, the escalators in the middle of the mall. Like, basically look the same.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. I mean, the walls, the floors. I mean, when you walk in, there's no mistaking that's where they filmed Dawn of the Dead. And it still feels like the mall at Dawn. But a lot's changed. But it's a center for commerce. They got to update with the times and everything. So it's. I think the big loss for me. I mean, there have been lots of things that have disappeared over the years. Was the JCPenney's. When the JCPenney's went away and they replaced it with the movie theater, which is...
That wasn't that long ago either, was it?
No, it's about 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah.
It's about 10 years ago, I think, they did that. But when the JCPenney disappeared, because it was just like, damn, the escalator's gone, the elevators are gone. But some of it has been preserved at the Living Dead Museum. So,
are you going to be at
the Evans
Living
City
Dead weekend? I know that you are, so right.
Yeah, I'll be at the one in Monroeville in about 3 weeks, I think. I
tell anybody this though, like if you're going to go to Evans City, because that a lot of that, the cemetery, a lot of the places downtown still look
very much
exactly.
Well, the cemetery hasn't changed really hardly at all.
Yeah, cemetery you don't really update, so that's the good part.
No, I mean that's the thing. It's supposed to pretty much something's wrong if it's changed too much.
Yeah,
I think the only thing that's different about the cemetery is some of the trees have come and gone over the years, but a lot of the tombstones are exactly where they were, and it's as soon as you're out there, it's just like, they could have filmed this here yesterday. The way it looks,
But since it is
really got to warn people when you do shit like that. I'm 50, for Christ's sakes. I'm too old for this shit.
We've talked about like Romero stuff dozens and dozens of times over the years.
Yeah.
What is your favorite Dead movie that Romero didn't make?
Of all the unmade ones, you mean?
I'm talking about like a zombie movie that wasn't directed by Romero. What's your favorite one?
Of all the ones that have been made, which, probably Return of the Living Dead. Because I think that movie's very smart. And the soundtrack is probably the best punk rock soundtrack any movie ever had, as far as I'm concerned.
What's funny is I remember when we interviewed Romero and I asked him that same question, and he asked us, and he was like, and I said Return of the Living Dead, and he was like, he
did not like that movie.
He didn't say anything bad about it, but
he has, because Jack Russo and Russ Striner, who were involved with that originally, they were friends of his and longtime friends, and that project kind of got taken away, kind of screwed over, and pretty much rejected John Russo's book completely, just used the title. And then also Return of the Living Dead came out right around the same time Day of the Dead did, and it caused a lot of confusion in the marketplace. People weren't sure, is this a sequel? What's going on here? So I can understand George having a little bit of with that movie, but I love it. I think it's just brilliantly performed and directed, and I just love the way it's shot. The dialogue is so funny, and again, the use of the music is just priceless. I think it's great.
Of course, we all want to know too. What are your thoughts about the Bruno Mattei classic "Hell of the Living Dead"?
It's fun. It's fun. It's fun. I mean, it's terrible. God, it's awful. But it is fun to watch. It's sort of a kind of like a bubblegum. It's like watching two trains full of clowns and bubblegum collide. Mm-hmm. It's like there's a lot of carnage, but it sure is fun to look at. I mean, it's just kind of funny at the same time. I don't know. It rips off Dawn of the Dead so much. You're just like, God, I'm surprised someone didn't get sued over this.
I just had this image of one of those Italian guys just sitting around like they just watched Dawn of the Dead and were like, "Oh, we can do this shit. Come on,
we can make this. We can make this movie in the 5 minutes. We can do it."
What's funny is Bruno Mattei said, I think it was on the DVD. They had like a brief interview with him.
And we did that at Anchor Bay when that was one of the.
He said something like he wanted to make more of a lighthearted Dawn of the Dead, and I was like,
"What?"
I think Dawn of the Dead is a lot more lighthearted than that fucking movie is.
Yeah, they had death footage or something of this tribal guy.
Yeah,
that they were packing out. It was kind of great.
And the lead actress' head explodes at the end, so I don't feel like that's
It's a weird movie.
When they shoot a kid for literally like 3 or 4 minutes too.
Those Italians. Those wild Italians.
Cheer. So, since it is your 50th birthday, Phil,
50
years old, halfway to 100.
Holy shit!
What are you doing special on your birthday? Anything in particular? Going out to eat anywhere nice, or you got a date or anything?
No, nothing like that. Just no, not really doing much of anything. To be honest with you. It's not that I don't want to do anything. It's just that, again, 50 hasn't really meant as much to me as you would think. So it's just kind of... And my birthdays, by and large, over the last 20 years plus or whatever, have been kind of like, hey, it's your birthday. Hey. It doesn't... I miss what it was like when you were a kid. And it's like, I'm 11. Yes! Give me presents. Yeah. Oh, my God, I'm so happy to be older. Now it's just like, slow it down. Slow I don't want to, So I'll have a good day tomorrow, and I certainly will enjoy anyone who says happy birthday to me, and I will, thank them for it. But no big parties or anything. No.
Any movies that you're planning on watching on your birthday?
No. I'll probably be working tomorrow. So.
Any movies that you're planning on working on your birthday that you want to tell us about first?
No.
Night of Living Dead 90. I know you're working on that. You admitted it to us.
Yeah, I admitted to you on that. That's.
And there's something else too you're working on. But
is Scream Factory doing that? Can you say that?
I'm not telling you who's doing it.
Well, shit.
I'm not telling you anything on that. No.
Oh, Ironside, Michael Felsher. Give up nothing.
We do talk about some news and stuff on this show typically. There's a couple of things I wanted to touch on. Unfortunately, sad news about Walt Olson from the Scorpion releasing, and he passed away just like 6 months ago. His brother passed away.
Yeah, they had both been ill for a long time. Walt is, as I recall, was ill longer than Bill was. It had been kind of an ongoing thing. I didn't know Walt very well at all. I had certainly much more direct communication and contact with him than I did with Bill, which I never had any, really. But with Walt, I actually did contribute a few things to a few of his discs. We were on good terms. I never had any real problems with Walt, ever. Walt was always very easy to deal with and reasonable and a good guy. And it's really sad that... both him and his brother, the way they went out this long, kind of slow decline and the health issues that they were having, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. It's just, that's really sad, and I'm sorry that he's gone too. Because, those guys really fought for a lot of very obscure films and really, they were out, and they loved movies. They loved being able to be a part of these things and bring them to a new audience. And any differences I had with either of them, but like I said, I didn't really have any with Walt. Walt was always very cool with me. I just think the world's a lot less interesting without them in it. So I'm very sorry to see that he's got the second Olsen brothers gone. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I know a lot of the Scorpion releases over the last 2 or 3 years was put out through Kino, so I don't know how much involvement he even had with those.
Oh, he did. Oh no, I mean Walt was still very involved. I mean Frank over at Kino could talk more about his, because he had a much closer relationship with Walt than I did. I only talked with Walt maybe a few times over the years, but he was. I know Frank's really taking it hard because he really liked Walt. Walt was they were eccentric guys and very very interesting, and then not everybody got along with them at times, but you know what. They had a lot of passion and they put it into their work, and they're to be applauded for that. And like I said, I think the industry is lesser without them in it.
Yeah, I think that some of those Scorpion releasing Blu-rays, especially, were like some of my favorites. Like they were excellent.
Well, Rituals, I really liked the Rituals one that came out a couple
that.
years. I've got that one on the shelf here, and yeah, again,
they did a great one for opera too.
Oh yeah, I've got that one here too.
Sleepless, I think that was theirs, wasn't it?
Yeah, Sleepless was that. Yeah.
That's
so
an
I mean,
underrated Argento one.
Yeah, look, I'm just glad that his suffering is over, because I know it was a long drawn out process with him and also with his brother. So it's just like, it's just sad when you see people going through these things and you know what the end game is. It's like, it's just a matter of, can you maintain until your last day? It's not a matter of getting better. And a part of you is almost just like, God, why drag it out? Why, and I think the medical system in this country, I think, failed both of them in many ways. So it's a shame. It's just a real shame. But,
Yeah. Sad.
Yeah.
For sure. Only other thing that I had, and I don't know if a lot has come out about this, but a picture was floating around today. Maybe you know more about this, Felcher. The Jaws 2 limited edition 4K box set, limited to 2,000 copies, includes the 4K and a Blu-ray gloss steelbook lenticular slipcase. That mean 40-page production note booklet, 4 lobby cards, double-sided posters. So they're going all out for Jaws 2.
That's some bad news for them. Jaws 2 is not that good.
I saw the is that Universal doing that?
I think so. Yeah, all I'm seeing on it's Universal on the box.
Oh, that's cool. I've never been a huge Jaws 2 guy. I'm certainly much more of a Jaws 2 guy than I am Jaws 3 or 4. I think Jaws 2 is underrated in some respects. It's an efficient enough little movie. I think it does. The problem with Jaws 2 is it's just inherently ridiculous, because it's like, really, yet another shark.
Right.
Really, I mean, it's like, but at the same time, it's well done. I mean, Roy Scheider is always very entertaining to watch, and I think Shino Shore did a good job in keeping the movie moving really fast, so you don't think about how ridiculous a lot of it is. But then again, you compare it to Jaws 3D and 4, it's just like, well, God, 2 seems positively like a documentary compared to those movies.
It's weird with those movies, though, because for some reason with me, I just think of that first movie. Like, I don't even think of the sequels.
Well, I think of Jaws as Jaws, and then there's the Jaws sequels.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't really... Yeah, Jaws is... You can't touch Jaws. I mean, that's just its own perfect thing. And
I just thought it was weird that they were going that deluxe for Jaws 2, and the original movie had a good release, but it wasn't that nice,
Well, I mean, Jaws 2 needs all the help it can get, I guess. I don't know.
That's true.
Listen, I don't know.
You can't take Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss out of the film. Just have like Roy Scheider there, and expect it to, blow your skirt off.
Yeah, and also, I mean, it's hard to replace those guys. It's impossible to replace Robert Shaw. I mean, come on. And that would have been fun if he just swam out of half of them swam out of the ocean. I ain't dead yet.
Hey, weirder things have happened. They chopped Michael Myers' head off. That son of a bitch was back.
No, so you got Quint's torso just wheeling through town, going.
Right. If it was an Uwe Boll movie,
like Lieutenant Dan.
Sure.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, son of a bitch.
He made it.
Well, God damn it.
So I got one last clip here, and
oh boy,
this is exclusively on Patreon. The whole thing, the video itself. I don't know if you remember doing this, Sleepy. It was called "Uncle Bill's a Cocksucking Moron." Was the name of the video.
I can see being interested in doing something like that.
You filmed a little part of it.
I forgot about this.
Rob from Scatra Productions put this together. And yeah, to see the whole thing, which features like a lot of people that were there. I think Bill Mosley.
Where was this? Where was this?
Horror Hound Weekend in Columbus. I think it was did they only do one in Columbus?
One or two. I didn't do very many in Columbus.
I think it's Columbus. It was one of those Horror Hound shows.
Okay.
It may have been Cincinnati. I don't know.
Wow. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think this is like 2011, 2012, something like that.
Oh, okay.
And this is pretty damn funny. It's one of the, to set it up for you guys, one of the many times Uncle Bill completely no-showed a convention, and we decided to film a video, tribute kind of, to him. So here we go, boys. Felcher, this is your life.
See how lonely he is? I mean, he's been like this all weekend long. All weekend. He's been sitting here like a miserable sack of shit all fucking weekend. Just like whining and moaning and like, nobody loves me and I'm all by myself and my best friend has left me forever and ever. He has forsaken me. And I would take pity on him, but he's too pathetic really to do that for him. So I just wanted to say, you really fucked up by not being here. You really did. I mean, you fuck up a lot. I mean, it's you. That's just the way it goes. But, this is a colossal. I mean, look at this. You got you got this whole thing here, and there's two people on here, and one of them's not here. And it's just really, it's just depressing. So I gotta say, you blew it. You absolutely blew it, and you're just. I'm so disappointed in you that all I can think of to say to you at this point is, fuck you, buddy. I mean, you just. I thought we were friends. You know what I'm gonna go do right now? I'm gonna go fuck a Coke machine.
What the fuck happened? The damn thing just locked up. I didn't.
Oh, you didn't see it?
No, I didn't see a damn thing. It just it froze on you sitting at the table, and I've been sitting here for like a minute and a half. Just been hello.
What the fuck? It was killer though. You missed.
Well, god damn it!
You want me to play it again, see if it works? Give me a thumbs up if you see it.
Yeah, all right.
All right.
See how lonely he is? I mean, he's been like this all weekend long. All weekend. He's been sitting here like a miserable sack of shit all fucking weekend. Just like whining and moaning and like, nobody loves me and I'm all by myself and my best friend has left me forever and ever. He has forsaken me. And I would take pity on him, but he's too pathetic really to do that for him. So I just wanted to say, you really fucked up by not being here. You really did. I mean, you fuck up a lot. I mean, it's you. That's just the way it goes. But, this is a colossal. I mean, look at this. You got you got this whole thing here, and there's two people on here, and one of them's not here. And it's just really, it's just depressing. So I gotta say, you blew it. You absolutely blew it, and you're just. I'm so disappointed in you that all I can think of to say to you at this point is, fuck you, buddy. I mean, you just. I thought we were friends. You know what I'm gonna go do right now? I'm gonna go fuck a Coke machine.
Did you go fuck a Coke machine?
No, I'm sure I didn't.
That's how you exit a video, by the way.
Yeah, that's definitely how you exit a video. I'm just looking at that going, God damn, I've lost a lot of weight since then.
You have. I can definitely tell, yeah.
Wow. I was like, oh my God. I'm gonna go fuck Coke. I have no memory of recording that whatsoever. I'm sitting this. It's very surreal to watch that going. That's me, and I don't know what I'm going to say next. I don't remember doing this. But
Dude, it happens to me all the time. I can't remember anything hardly anymore.
But yeah, you really did fuck up, buddy.
That's true. There. Was that the same one where you had like everybody like go around and like call me a cocksucker moron?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, that was just part of the video.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an epic video, I'm sure.
It really is. Like if you go back and watch it now,
it's on Patreon. We promised Bill Mosley we wouldn't make it public, so it's not public.
It's not public.
Well, you're not going to make that video public, are you? No, you don't want to be doing that. Oh, no.
Nope.
But,
no.
Man, happy birthday for sure. We appreciate you coming on for.
Thank you.
50 years of Felsher, boys. 50 years.
I haven't been doing this show for 50 years. You're making it
50 years of working on DVDs and doing podcasts.
Yeah. Yep. I've been working on DVDs since 1973.
Yeah. It's amazing. The longevity.
Who knew that DVDs were? Yeah.
Yeah, I was ahead of my time.
I know last time we had you on, though, real quick, we were talking about the trick or treat thing. Has anything else developed with that as far as, extras or artwork, stuff like that?
Yes.
God damn it, Felsher, if you start this horse shit again.
Come on. It's your birthday.
It's your 50th birthday, and you're telling me that you're not going to share with your buddies what's going on with trick or treat, some bitch.
I will simply say that cast and crew are lining up. We're getting a lot of good participation. And, yeah.
Do you remember that time that Don May told us about the Monster Squad?
Yes, I do remember that.
This is your chance to get him back.
Yep.
I'm not going to play that game. No. I'm better than that.
Remember that time you were secretly working on Nightmare on Elm Street for like years and wouldn't tell us?
No.
Uh-huh.
Well, Warner Brothers.
The sad thing is, if and when that actually does happen, I actually don't want to work on it now because I don't want
bullshit.
I really don't. I don't want to have anything to do with it because it's just going to be like I'm never going to hear the end of it if I do. You were working on that for the last 10 years. You didn't tell us. Like I fucking. So but then again, Shout doesn't really use me very much anymore anyway, so they probably wouldn't.
At this point, I'm almost thinking Warner Brothers is going to do it themselves because they did the big Superman box sets.
Well, that's Superman. That's
but most of those sequels sucked after part 2. I mean, come on.
I actually like a lot of part 3. I actually think 3 is a little underrated and good. 4 is not.
4 is amazing.
4 is awful.
That's the one with Sun Man or something.
Yep,
right?
Nuclear Man, Sun Man.
Well, he looked like a He-Man character. That's all.
He did.
I'll never forget this about that when they first did the DVD box set of all the Superman movies, and they were going to include all the different cuts and all that stuff and all these extras and all this archival stuff, and all the fans everywhere were saying, "Give us the director's cut of the long version of Superman 4," because they cut like a half an hour out of the movie. It's like, we want the long version of Superman 4. We want and they wouldn't let up. And Warner Brothers was like, look, we don't have the elements to do that. But we do have some deleted footage we can throw in there. That's not good enough. We want to restore Superman 4. And
damn it!
Yeah, seriously, they just would not shut up. The box set comes out, and everybody saw the deleted scenes that were on that set. Fucking crickets from fans after that. They went, oh my God, never mind. Never fucking mind. The stuff that was cut out of that movie is so... I mean, you think the stuff that's left in the movie is bad. What was cut out is just like, oh God, why didn't you cut more of the movie out while you're at it? This is... there's a... Because originally there were 2 nuclear men. There wasn't just the one. They actually... Gene Hackman's Les Luthor actually creates a first nuclear man that's a complete fuck up, and then he creates the second one. And the fight between the first nuclear man and Superman is one of the worst things I have ever had to watch.
So it was the same dude. It was just like the
No, totally different dude. It was this British comic guy who they hired, and it's
How
just
have I never heard of this?
oh, go watch it on YouTube. You can find like Superman 4 deleted scene, first nuclear man or whatever. It is, and then the score they used for it is just really overly. It's not. It's like temp music, but it's just do 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 boodaloo do boodaloo do boodaloo do. Boing! It is.
It's like Halloween 5 police.
Oh, it's so fucking awful, and so it was amazing. The minute that footage, everyone saw that footage, everyone went, "Never mind about the Superman 4." It's just all the fans very quickly shut the hell up. It's like, we don't want a restored version of this movie. Thank you.
I can't believe anybody wanted a longer version of Superman.
Well,
4
I mean, the problem with Superman 4 is it's incomprehensible at times because they cut so much crap out of it that it just lurches from one thing to the next, and you're just like, wait, what happened? What? And so you're just like, well, put the stuff back in; it'll make more sense. Not really. So, again, it's just like, well, shit. You should have cut more out of it.
Well, at this point too, it'd probably be way too much work than what's actually worth.
It's not. Trust me. If you watch that scene I'm talking about, you'll realize, oh no, don't. Should we even put this on the disc? And watch. You can watch Christopher Reeve's soul leave his body while he's shooting these scenes. It's like, because he's like, hey, now stop that.
Come on, seriously.
It's oh my god.
I haven't watched any of those movies in so long.
I still, people go about, the Durandar cut of Superman 2 is the definitive cut. Not really, because it was never finished the way it could be, because they took some of that stuff to use for the first movie. So invariably, if Donner had stayed on that, Superman 2 would have been very different. In fact, Superman 1 might have been very different. But I actually I kind of prefer the theatrical version of Superman 2. It's more fun. It's dumber, no question about it. But it has there's a line in it that I've always loved that was not in Donner's cut. It's right when they're, the three villains show up at the Daily Planet, and Superman, we don't know where Superman, if he's going to come back or not. He shows up outside the window, goes, "General, would you care to step outside?" And I love that line, and it's not in Donner's cut. I'm like, oh, fuck. It's just so, it's like all the stuff I really love, like when Superman throws the giant S off his chest, and you're just like, that doesn't make the slightest bit of sense. Or the whole thing where he goes so fast he creates multiple versions of himself. Right. And he says, "I used to play this game when I was a kid, never was very good at it." When did you play that game as a kid? Who did you play that game with? Didn't any of the kids go, okay, there's 4 Clark Kents, how the fuck is he doing this? You never played this game as a kid, it's the dumbest thing. Yeah, there's a lot of that doesn't make any... Like when Don leaps at the one that's a frozen statue of him, and it collapses, like, how? How did he do that? But you don't care, it's just so much goddamn fun,
Yeah, I need to revisit those.
Eventually
I'll get that 4K set. It is pretty nice. So,
but part 4.
The line from that Slippy that I could never get out of my head, and I don't know why. It's the line where I think it's Gene Hackman says something to General Zod, and he goes, "Why do you say these things to me when you know I will destroy you?
I will kill you for it."
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Why do you speak to me in this manner when you know I will kill you for it? Yeah. He's like, what the fuck is wrong with you? I love Terrence. Terrence Stamp was so much fun in that movie. And Gene Hackman's great. He's just not taking these guys that seriously. It's just like, it's like, but you can take him because, he is 1, whereas you are 3. Or 4 if you count him twice. Really, and what's interesting is also that any footage you see of Gene Hackman in Superman 2 was Donner. Gene Hackman never came back for Richard Lester. So anytime you hear a voice that sounds like Gene Hackman, but it seems a little off, it's because they got a voice actor to come in and read up his lines.
That's great.
Oh yeah, because there's a scene where they're like talking about they're like in the hot air balloon, and you can hear it's like, "We're heading north, Miss Tech," and then it's clearly, as a kid, you're just like, "Oh, Gene Hackman must have had a cold that day or something." But then later on, you're just like, "That's not Gene Hackman's voice. That's some guy going north, Miss Tessmacher, north."
Well, it's like the Crispin Glover Back to the Future 2 thing. Like, I fucking had no idea about that up until just a few years ago.
Well, he was
a different guy.
Crispin Glover was pissed about that. He was very pissed off because he thought a lot of people were led to believe that he was in that movie, and he's like, "No, I wasn't in part 2."
I thought that for 20 years.
No, it was another actor completely.
He was hanging upside down.
Right,
so.
yeah. So you really couldn't tell, but it was just like, yeah, he sued the production over that.
I think he won, too.
He did. He won, yeah, because they were just like, you didn't make this very clear. It wasn't me. So,
But yeah, we appreciate you coming on the podcast. I don't think we've ever had you on this podcast before. It's usually on Patreon exclusively, but this one is out there for the masses to check out because it is your 50th birthday.
50 years old. Wow.
Happy birthday, sir. And
Woo!
hope you at least go buy yourself a birthday cake, get you cake and steak is what I like.
Maybe today's a day, or tomorrow actually, in 1 hour, it'll be 50 years. And maybe it's finally time I go fuck that Coke machine.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So, anything else though you got coming up that you can mention on here? Like, what's the next release coming out?
Sorry.
I've got an interview on the Needful Things Blu-ray coming up with W.D. Richter, the screenwriter. Just finished that and delivered that. That's really interesting. He's a great guy. I've interviewed him a few times now. It was like, oh, there's a movie that W.D. Richter wrote. I want to go interview him. It's like, okay, bye. What else is there? There's other stuff coming up, but I can't think of what the hell's coming out or what's next. I could never really keep that straight. I honestly don't remember at the moment what else
there's a lot of stuff always coming out, it seems like, so I can only imagine.
Yeah, it's hard to keep track of all of it, but there is going to be, I think, certainly within probably the next couple of weeks, the next Vestron title will be announced. It's been fully delivered.
Is it Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College?
It is not Ghoulies 3, Ghoulies Go to College.
Holy shit, you were wrong.
It is not.
Let's see. What else could it be?
Well, that needs to be one of them in the future, for sure.
I won't lie to you. If you guess what it is, I won't lie and say it's not it.
Well, then that must mean we can't guess what it is.
Yeah, it's probably something like with Shannon Tweed in it or
hell.
something back
It's
in
not.
the day.
It's not something with Shannon.
Witchcraft 30.
No, it's not Witchcraft 30. No, it's not that. I'll tell you what. I'll give you each 5 guesses as to, and if you can guess what it is, I'll confirm what it is.
It is your 50th birthday, so 5 guesses make sense.
Yeah. So you each get 5 guesses.
Shit. Okay.
King Frat.
No.
Fright Night 2.
No.
Figured I'd give it a shot.
The Howling Marsupials.
No, that's Howling 3, and that's already come out.
Is that out on Blu-ray?
Yeah, Shout Factory.
Wait. Okay, so fuck. The Howling 5.
No.
It's one of them fucking Howling movies. I can tell by the way he's acting. We just gotta figure out which one it is.
Is it New Moon Rising?
No.
Shit.
So Wes has got 2 left, and you've got 3 guesses left.
What is the one? Help me out, Felsher. What is the one you always talk about that you wanted released?
Howling's the New Moon Rising, the one he just guessed.
All right. Well, shit. Okay. What else would Vestron put out?
Uncle Bill has 3 guesses left.
Is this something that we would guess in a million years, though? Is this a movie
it is
we
a
talk about often?
No, but it's a movie you might guess.
Wait a minute. Give me this much. Has it been out on Blu-ray before?
No.
Has it been on DVD before?
Yes.
Watchers.
No.
Shit.
We each have 2 guesses left.
Oh God.
Fuck.
Not been on Blu-ray. End of the Pit. Shocking story.
That'd be awesome.
You're gonna waste one of your guesses on that.
You
fucking
wasted
thing.
that.
I'm never going to guess it anyway. Hey, you need to get us in with Visual Vengeance and get them to bring this out on Blu-ray.
No. Okay.
You're in it. You're in it.
Well, just because I'm in it doesn't mean it's any good.
That's true.
Hey, you
All
got
right.
Oh.
So,
All right. CK's got 1, and Uncle Bill, you got 2 left.
all right, I got one more question. I'm narrowing
All
it
right.
down.
All right.
Is it a horror film?
Kinda. Yes.
So it's a sci-fi kind of film.
No.
No, so it's not sci-fi. But
Could
it's
it be
kind
like
of
a
horror.
kid's horror type deal?
I would say it's more geared towards that audience than it is, say, the hardcore
Well,
audience.
what the fuck's left? You already put out.
I wouldn't say it's a kid's movie, but I would say it's maybe a little older than that.
What do you mean older?
It skews to a
Like a
slightly
teen?
old. Yes, that's
Okay.
what I would. Yes.
So a teen movie. It ain't Bruiser, Alfred. I'm pretty positive of that.
No,
No,
it is not Bruiser, so that's 4 off for you.
Wait, I didn't fucking.
Well, you can't do that bullshit. Whereas
I know it's his guess.
it's
I'm
not
just telling you.
Bruiser, is it?
Okay, well, I'll. So, Uncle Bill, you still have 2 guesses left. CK, you still have 1 guess left. That's it.
Okay. Does it involve a skateboard?
No.
Figured I'd try that.
No. You can't keep asking
Does
fucking
it
questions
involve
like
a
this.
skateboard?
No more clues. That's it.
All right. Fuck, I don't know. One of them awful house movies.
Those are already on Blu-ray.
I'm out of guesses. You guess then. I fucking don't know.
Oh, the midnight hour. Yeah, that's my last guess, and I know that you all are working on it. Yeah, because you did interviews and commentaries and shit already.
So we haven't done anything for that. And no, that's not it either. So you both blew it.
Shit.
You had 10 guesses between the two of you. One of them you blew on into the pit, for Christ's sakes.
That's shameless self
I'd like to
Oh,
see
it was
it come
terrible.
out.
It's just terrible. Let's just tell him.
Well, don't. I
Well,
mean, I won't tell.
Kelly? Where is Kelly Marcotte these days? Anyway,
Well, you know what's weird? He came on a chat probably about a month ago, like out of nowhere. We were doing like a live stream, and he just came on there and was like, just talking about a bunch of different shit. So I
Wow.
guess he's still doing the same thing.
Well, did you know though that we did purchase the remaining copies of the DVD, and we're trying to sell them to people and stuff. So if you know anybody that needs 500 copies of the End of the Pit on DVD, let us know. Your buddy Jesse at Diabolic, I messaged him, and I don't know. I don't think he's even going to take one.
He don't want to take a chance.
Grindhouse Video, hey, Grindhouse Video in Knoxville bought some off of us, and they sold out just like that.
like that.
Like that.
Oh.
Just like that.
Yeah. So, but anyway, man, we appreciate you coming on here, especially for your birthday and everything. And sincerely, we do wish you happy birthday. And it's always good talking with you, and we always look forward to getting you on.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for the walk down memory lane with a couple of those clips, and also for acknowledging my 50th. It's nice, and I've enjoyed my long, nearly 2-decade association with you guys now. So I hope to continue on for another. Oh God, if you're still doing this show in another 20 years.
Well, you called in on our very last show. I don't know if you remember that.
I
Back
do remember
when we
that. Yes.
Quit doing the regular podcast each week or whatever.
Yes, back when Uncle Bill went all John Lennon quit the band and everything, and yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Went through that phase.
Yeah, yes. I'm too good for this show. I don't need this anymore.
Bunch of fucking horse shit.
Yeah, bullshit.
fucking shit, bulls.
Hey, and let me tell you, man, if it wasn't for this technology like that, we can do this show here, we would have never, ever done anything else. I'm pretty sure of that. Because it's just so easy now to fucking do these.
Yeah.
Right, because, Prestonsburg is so big, it's impossible for you two to get together at any point.
Oh, he lives in Cracker Bottom now, man. That's about 10 minutes away.
Cracker Bottom?
Cracker Bottom, yeah.
That's not the name of the town, is it?
No, that's the name of the bottom.
It's Cracker Bottom.
It's Cracker Bottom. It's named after the fact that there's crackers.
It's right next to Saltine Lane.
There's a lot of crackers in this bottom.
Cracker Bottom.
Cracker Bottom, Kentucky.
Type it in, Cracker Bottom Road.
I'm looking it up. I'm looking it up right now because I don't believe this for a fucking second.
I could name some towns in Kentucky. You'll be like, you're full of shit.
Oh,
And
God.
they're
Martin,
real.
Kentucky?
Yep.
Cracker Bottom Road?
Come on down and visit.
Come on down to Cracker Bottom Road.
Oh, yeah. No.
Cracker Bottom Road, where you want to be.
We need to
Is
do
is there a Cracker Barrel off of Cracker Bottom Road?
Shit, I wish.
No, we're not fancy enough to have a Cracker Barrel around here. We got a Bob Evans.
Oh,
We
well,
have
that's...
Walmart and Bob Evans and Wendy's and McDonald's.
And a Subway. You got to have a Subway.
We've got like 50 of them damn things in every like gas station ever.
What's the store that you used to take videos of to see all the shenanigans in the parking lot? Was that Dollar General or
Dollar General? Yeah, that's when I lived in Allen, and
That was
it like
amazing when he did those.
Right, yeah, it was like right down from the house we were renting, so yeah, it was entertaining for sure.
Oh yeah, Cracker Bottom Road in Kentucky. Cracker Bottom Road.
We're gonna go down Cracker Bottom Road. It's like the what was the song? Rattlesnake Road or Copperhead Road? Or
Copperhead Road, yeah.
Yeah, Cracker Bottom Road. All right, man. But yeah, we appreciate you coming on and everything, and we'll definitely we need to get you back on for another one of those Romero shows. I think we were talking about doing that too. So.
I got it, Slippy.
Ah,
Yep, it's too late.
I'm not giving you another guess.
Is it a gnome named Norm?
No.
would that be even a scoop we would want?
No, it is not. It is not a gnome named Norm. Although that's a decent guess with all the clues that we gave. That was actually a very smart guess.
I tried.
Wrong, but it was a very smart guess.
Tried my best on that one. What?
God damn it.
Oh, he's got another one.
Jim the World's Greatest, the Don Coscarelli movie that's never been released.
No, that's no.
What the fuck is the deal with that movie, by the way? Do you know, Felsher?
I don't know. I really don't know. Don would be the person to ask about that because I don't think it's over at Universal anymore.
We've tried to ask him for 17 years now. Somebody don't come on the show.
There's a copy of that on YouTube somehow. I don't know how somebody got it.
Must have taken it off of TV or something. Cause
that's not that bad of a movie either. It's actually
it's like Kenny and Company. They're both fun movies, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Jim the World's that was his first film, so I would love to see that get a proper. Maybe it's a music rights issue or something. I don't know. I really don't know what it is.
I don't think it ever received like even a VHS release.
Not that I'm aware of. No,
wow.
I don't think it ever did. So I don't, and I really couldn't tell you why. I'm sure Don knows.
Speaking of which, I actually, to see if I could get the story, I bought this book. That's how curious I've been lately. I'm actually going to read.
I should actually email Don and say, what the fuck's up with John? Jim the World's
Tell him to do our fucking show too, by the way. That'd be
that'd be great. Call him up, be like, hey,
Don, what the fuck? Do DEADPIT.
We talked to everybody in Phantasm except him.
I haven't talked to you in 12 years, motherfucker. Where the hell is going to do DEADPIT? And where's Jim the World's Greatest? And I'm on Phantasm 6.
Somebody, you talk about freaking somebody out if you just got up there screaming that shit at you.
Hey, Don, why aren't you on DEADPIT?
Do our show, motherfucker.
God damn it, you're pissing me off.
Piece of shit won't do DEADPIT.
You know, somehow, it turns out he's actually a big fan of you guys. He's going to watch this and goes, well, I was actually considering doing it, but not now.
I remember we heard back from him years and years ago, and he was like, yeah, I'd love to do the show whenever I've got something to promote. It was one of those deals. So, but,
God damn it, Don!
All right, man. But yeah, thanks again, and happy birthday. Go get some steak and cake or whatever you do.
Steak. That needs to be a shop somewhere. Steak and cake.
That's what I like on my birthday, steak and cake.
I'm gonna go on down to the steak and cake. That's what, yeah.
It's like titties and beer or something. Steak and cake.
Titties and beer.
Titties and ribs. That's what ours was.
Titties and ribs. That's what it was. Titties and ribs. Gonna get me all some titties and ribs.
That's what.
I still think that idea could work to this day.
Yeah.
What about the? Do you remember the horror movie concept that we come up with? It's probably not PC at all.
I don't even think you can say it anymore.
I probably shouldn't. I'm not going.
No, I wouldn't.
I don't even remember what it was. I know I remember us having the discussions.
The tagline, and I'm not going to say the name of the movie, but I can say the tagline because you come up with the tagline. I was giving the concept of the movie, which is a zombie movie, but it's a zombie movie revolved around a real person that existed that died years and years ago, sadly. But the tagline that you came up with was "His dream is your nightmare." Any idea?
Oh God, yeah. We can't talk about that.
No, that is a great idea for a movie, though.
Damn, you talking about pissing people off?
You want to tell us, man? We would have to leave the planet after that thing. It was impossible back then when we came up with that. But even as a joke, it was just like, God.
I remember though just dying laughing, like talking about that and the ideas of that. Like everybody was like talking like different things about it. And
it was highly inappropriate. Everything about it was one of those ones where it's like not even the asylum would make this.
No,
it was just like this is one of those things where it's like, let's just keep this between us. It was just never let anyone know we had this idea. Oh my God, that's going back well over a decade.
Oh yeah, that's probably at least 12, 13 years ago.
Yeah, before Uncle Bill started fucking off and not going to the shows.
Yeah,
just think though,
bitch.
13 years ago, what would you be in, Felsher? 37.
He's a young man at that point still.
Well, I gotta go.
Yeah. Been a good time though.
All right, yeah, it's been fun, and again, anytime you want to come on, it's always
you want to come back for this.
Oh yeah, can't wait to come back. I'm just I'm just chomping at the bit.
You want us to play some Eugene Clark to play out?
Let's do it.
Sure.
I love you, baby. Thinking about you makes my heart go. I love you. I want you. I need you near me. Do you want me? Do you love me? Do you need me near you?
Yeah.
When the snow starts falling down, autumn leaves have all turned brown. Sunny days.
Give us the thumbs up.
Up your butt.
Like, subscribe. And if you subscribe, here's something else you can do. Once you subscribe, you can click the bell notification, right? And it'll notify you anytime that Dead Pit puts up new shit.
Or don't. I really don't give a if you do.
I want you to. I want you to.
I don't care.
Let's keep our community growing here on YouTube.
I don't like it. I don't want you to do nothing.
Listen, they need to do that, pal.
No, don't you dare touch it.
Thumbs up. Subscribe. And click that bell.
Hey folks, it's Oak Early Jaws. I might be banned off of YouTube, but that doesn't mean I can't get you some great shirts over at shop.deadpit.com. First, we got Steve Bedingfield post goes against our community standards in nudity or sexual activity. We got the deadpit.com shirt. We got Cardboard. We got L Lord. We got Tales from the Dark Side. We got Dead Pit. And we got a Princess Puffin shirt, boss. It doesn't get any fucking better. Brandon had the accident. Aww. But these shirts just get better and better, boss. You gotta go over to shop.deadpit.com and pick you up some shirts right fucking now. What are you fucking waiting for? Do it. Do it now, because Old Curly Jaw said so.
Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon. Dead Pit on Patreon.com is the only place to check out a complete archive of the old Dead Pit Radio shows all the way back from 2005 on, in addition to the midweek shows and fan commentaries, exclusive podcasts, and much more. Dead Pit on Patreon.com if you're interested. Tiers start at only $1.